Hello, welcome to the Gamma Guide to the Digital Switch On. I'm James Goulding, editor of Technology Reseller magazine, and with me today I've got Mark Lomas, Director of New Business at Gamma. We're here to talk about the PSTN switch off and the opportunities for resellers, particularly those of an IT or print background, to add unified comms and connectivity to their portfolios. Mark set up the new business channels at Gamma in 2019, so he has loads of experience in guiding MSPs and resellers through this process. Mark, good to see you.
Thanks, James. It's great to speak with you today and speak to the readers and hopefully give them some information and knowledge about what's going on.
There's obviously a lot going on, so perhaps a good place to start would be, with the basics. So, what is the PSTN switch off, and what are the market opportunities for resellers?
The switch off is the UK's transition from traditional analog lines into digital IP. And the switch off, which was put back from the end of this year to January 2027, and it's affecting all businesses and consumers. And it's been retired because of the aging infrastructure. It's not cost effective to maintain anymore. There is this shift to digital, so modern communication relies on voice over IP and cloud-based solutions. And I think one of the key factors is the improved reliability. So digital networks offer a better call quality, security, and flexibility. But we're actually calling this the digital switch on and not the switch off, because that is actually what it is. The opportunity is moving people onto new technologies. And moving to digital isn't new. You know, the channel has been supporting the IP migrations for the last 15 years. But the digital switch on presents a huge opportunity for partners with backgrounds in, say, IT and print. For example, because it forces businesses to modernize their communications infrastructure. And it is almost, I'd say it's almost a natural expansion for IT providers because they already manage networks, cloud services, cybersecurity. So simply adding IP telephony just fits seamlessly into their existing expertise, allowing them to offer an end-to-end solution. And print have really diversified into managed services, including, I say, document management and workflow automation. And IP and unified communications is just going to complement these services, and it's enabling a sort of a full transformation, full digital transformation for their clients. But what it is driving, it's unlike traditional telephony, VoIP and UCaaS solutions are subscription based, so it is really creating a steady, predictable income and a new income for partners. And with the deadline approaching in 2027, what businesses are looking for now is trusted partners to help them navigate through this transition. And I believe IT and print professionals who act now can position themselves as leaders in this digital communication space. And just by adding the services, they're going to significantly get a higher wallet share. They're going to boost recurring revenues and margins, but they're going to protect their customers from competitors and actually increase their company valuations.
Okay, well, those are all sort of compelling reasons. So how has the sort of business communication market changed in recent years?
Substantially. I mean, it's undergone, I'd say, profound changes, and it's driven by technology, innovations, shifting working environments, evolving customer expectations. You know, gone are the days where resellers are focused on selling a single product to the customer. They must onboard numerous services to deliver comprehensive solutions. You know, one key driver behind the market change is I'd say, is the wider availability of super fast connectivity, which has ushered in the digital transformation age. I mean, we're all using it at home, in the work environment. The demand for cloud-based platforms has empowered businesses to scale and become more flexible in how their staff communicate. And that change has created the sort of the remote and hybrid working environments that we've all grown to, you know, and become accustomed to. But things like mobile first communications is central to nearly to every organization, regardless of size. We're in the early stages of AI. Businesses are improving communication processes by automating responses, you know, the ability to analyze data in greater detail. And businesses are now using multiple communication tools to engage with customers, fundamentally, I guess, to really drive that customer experience.
What do these changes mean in terms of the sort of solutions that resellers and MSPs can offer their customers?
I mean, I think there's never been a better time really for I mean, I'd probably call solution resellers and MSPs to diversify the portfolios and offer UCaaS as part of the service offering. I mean, the MSP industry is rapidly evolving. Businesses are demanding more robust, seamless, and cost-effective technologies. But one of the most strategic moves they can make is expanding their offers by integrating UCaaS, such as adding voice services like Operator Connect from Microsoft or Cisco WebEx for Gamma. That's underpinned by reliable connectivity. And I think what the major benefits are is, commercial considerations are still playing a part, but the market is definitely shifting to a solution sell approach rather than just a race to the bottom. And this is where I think many MSPs and solution providers excel. Business continuity is at the forefront of their conversations. Market opportunities are centered around guaranteeing business continuity and improving customer experience. And with the PSTN switch off, there's never been a better time to deliver business communication solutions. Customers are demanding a single service. It's creating a perfect opportunity for MSPs to offer UC solutions. Providing a complete UC package is vital for any organization. I think there's three key factors. First, new revenues and margins. Right, every customer in MSP supports already has some form of telephony, mobility, and connectivity infrastructure in place, but it's unlikely that they are getting any of that. So it's really, really important that the MSP can, if they've already sold a solution to that customer, why wouldn't that customer come and purchase the other services from them? So they're going to unlock recurring revenues and opportunities, providing, as I said, we mentioned earlier, consistent income and higher margins. Next is the desirability to work with one provider. Offering the full suite of IT and communication services, these MSPs can seriously position themselves as a one-stop solution provider. It makes it easier for businesses to consolidate their technology with a single partner. But arguably the most important factor is protecting their existing clients, I think, from competitors. So not adopting UCaaS strategy risks lost revenue and jeopardizes the current service MSPs provide. So offering a broader range of services reduces the likelihood that their customers and clients are going to seek out competitors for their communication needs and the managed IT infrastructure. So the advantages MSPs can attract new clients, build loyalty amongst existing customers, but more importantly, unlock significant growth opportunities.
There are obviously big advantages in sort of adding these new capabilities, but it must be quite an intimidating prospect for a lot of MSPs. How should they go about finding a partner to help them do this?
That's a really, really important question because every customer that they have has these services, but where do they put their hat? Who do they speak to? In a lot of cases, voice is new, connectivity is new. Whilst they have an understanding, it may be frightening, it may be daunting to make them initial steps. So resellers and MSPs can identify the best partners by, I guess, focusing on several key factors. Financial strength, for example, will help build stability that supports a long-term partnership. And on top of that, those vendors must have strong industry reputation and a proven track record of expertise. And that's where Gamma really excels. Then this question over the network infrastructure. Do these partners have their own network or do they plumb into somebody else? Again, one key factor of Gamma is we're underpinned by our own network. Partners definitely need the capability to deliver products and services that the market demands. What are the products that are going to be coming over the next 2-3 years? Is that partner and that vendor I'm working with bringing these products to market? And also the vendor must be able to provide means to provision support and manage the customer on a day-to-day basis. So more capable vendors can offer various models as well, such as, because one size doesn't fit all. So just because you're an MSP doesn't necessarily mean the journey and how they want to onboard will be the same as the next MSP. So it's important that when they are speaking to a vendor is, do they have a dedicated team to onboard and support? This division should focus on providing correct knowledge around products, commercials, training products, providing access to new products and portals. Because what we have seen, without providing proper onboarding and support, it leads to a poor customer experience not just for the reseller, but for their end customer, because the service hasn't been provisioned or supported correctly.
Yeah, and you have plenty of experience doing that, having set up the new business channels in 2019.
Yeah, I mean, it was, that was the sole focus of when we decided to set up the division. Was we definitely saw a sort of a transition away from traditional telecoms organisations into MSP, into print managed, or just organisations from some other weird and wacky backgrounds who had customer bases, and it made sense for them to look at or investigate, how do we add these services in, how do we remove the barriers to entry. And I think that is key, is how do we remove the barriers to entry for organizations who may have dabbled with it in the past, or maybe looking at taking on voice and UCaaS as a serious part of their strategy.
And of course, it's not just sort of voice and UCaaS, as connectivity and mobile. What are some of the sort of solutions that a reseller can get from Gamma?
So I guess one of the Gamma strengths, and more so over the last few years, is our multi-vendor UCaaS portfolio. We're partnering with organizations like Cisco, Microsoft, more recent with IPEX, so we can help partners deliver what each vertical needs. I mean, Microsoft is obviously key to the MSP channel. And the projected growth in the voice is, depending on which articles you read, is somewhere between 35 and 37, 38% by 2028. So partnering with Gamma will enable the MSP to convert things like calling plans to Gamma Operator Connect, and upsell voice to Microsoft subscriptions that currently don't have it. Plus adding additional service on top, such as analytics or maybe call recording with AI, our Microsoft voice proposition becomes extremely compelling. And our message is almost, let Gamma help you convert this just to make you more margin. Whilst Microsoft growth is going to be substantial, the growth of Cisco with WebEx as well is giving Gamma the ability to provide multiple UCaaS from one vendor, and therefore the MSP, and I think this has been an issue sometimes, is they're not having to find multiple vendors to deliver the best solutions for their customers. And that includes things like connectivity. It's the key ingredient which makes it work. So with the rollout of full UK fibre, the possibility to deliver high bandwidth services with ourselves has never been as easy, as cost effective. But then you have things like mobile and the IoT market, in the UK, that's expected to see significant growth by 2028, with the market projected to have analysed double-digit growth on IoT. So whilst we talk about the UCaaS strategy, there are lots of things which spike off that, such as mobile connectivity, security, and all the other services which underpin the actual voice side. And all these services and more can be provided under the one roof. And I guess Gamma's, we're almost creating a bit like a marketplace for the MSPs to consume, which makes it easy. Again, we talk about removing the barriers to entry.
So your partners can come in at one level and then sort of just add new solutions as their customers demand them.
Yeah, and I think what is key is that whilst there is a big portfolio of products, is that we onboard the partner with a handful of services around their client set and maybe around their verticals, because it is difficult to maybe onboard 4 or 5 different UCaaS services at day one. So we help the partner on the journey. And we've heavily invested in our relationships and our partnerships with our vendors such as Microsoft and Cisco in the last few years to bring the products to market for the channel and the MSP channel.
So how does Gamma's approach to the IT reseller channel help MSPs pivot their thinking and take up opportunities in comms? And do you have sort of examples that illustrate this?
Gamma's investment in working with the right vendors for us enables us to deliver the right services and solutions down to the MSPs, and hopefully when they're picking the right vendor. Having the new partner onboarding team has made a significant difference, because we've almost flipped it on its head to the point where if we invest all the time at the start of the relationship, it should enable partners to be able to sell these services, support these services quicker, as opposed to waiting for that partner to onboard, and then they almost become your best friend when they're hitting a certain amount of spend. Well, let's flip it. Let's put all the resource and support at day one to enable them to get to market quicker. I think what is key as well is when we speak to the MSPs and any new partner who may be new to Voice is understanding what is the most suitable partner model for them. So, Gamma has numerous partner models. We have a wholesale partner, a bureau white label billing partner, or a dealer partner where they get paid commission just for doing the sale. Now, that might be the right route for a lot of MSPs who might want to, regardless whether they're small, medium, or large, they might just want to put their toe in and just see how is the market going to do before they maybe go full hog into going to a full wholesale route. As I said, and that's key is when we speak to these new partners is setting them on the right journey path, which is going to benefit both themselves and Gamma. Because what we don't want to do is them to invest a lot of time to realise actually the partner model that we've started on is the incorrect one. And examples of how we help the partner is, we provide what we call the Academy, which is an online training platform, which enables the new reseller to provide material to their employees, regardless of whether they're operations, sales, provision, or billing. Because what we tend to think about a lot of cases with it's always about the sale. Well, actually, probably the most important cog in the journey is the people who provision, support, and maintain once that sale's been completed. So it's as important that they get the right level of knowledge and training as do the sales individuals. Another critical part is a system called, or a platform called Accelerate, which is our marketing platform. And this enables partners to probably take over about 500 different marketing collateral documents and white label it. So they can upload it into social media if required. And the time and money this saves for the partner is huge. It enables them to get the right message out because we've already created it, again, removing any barrier to entry. I think a major critical part of working with Gamma and for both new and current partners is we have a dedicated team of product sales specialists to help partners with bids and user meetings and demos. And we really become an extension of that organization. And new partners, by really using this team, it enables them to provide UCaaS services to their clients almost immediately because we can take control of their conversations while they're still on this learning journey.
And are there any particular qualities that you look for in the companies to partner with?
Gamma has a solution. The beauty with Gamma is we have a solution for every partner, whether that be small, medium, or large. Our product stack will fit, and our product portfolio will fit both at the micro, SME, and enterprise space. And they're going to need to purchase these services from somebody. And as I said, we remove the barriers to entry, allowing the partners to be up and running in probably as little as 30 days. And then further supported by the new partner onboarding team, the product specialists, and products in the portfolio. We're creating, I guess, what we call the one partnership, endless possibilities. And we truly believe that we can make a significant impact to their organizations and really create a strong partnership. And I personally believe that is key to all of this, creating a bond between the two organizations and making a real difference, not just to the bottom line, but to the resellers, employees, and its end customers. And I think what has been fantastic to see is, regardless of size of some of the organizations who have onboarded in the last couple of years, with zero or limited amount of voice experience, they've grown substantially, and UCaaS has actually become one of the key products in their portfolio, where before it was almost a nice to have, and we'll sort of sell it when the customer comes to us. And what makes me immensely proud is the feedback that we receive from these partners who say we have and continue to make a big difference to their organizations. And if they hadn't added the UCaaS platforms into their portfolio over the last couple of years, the business wouldn't be in the position that they are today.
Thank you very much, Mark, for that very interesting discussion. Obviously, we've got the ISDN switch off, or the PSTN switch off, or the digital switch on, as you like to call it, as a deadline in January 2027. But there are many, many reasons why you should be integrating connectivity and unified comms into your portfolios before then. And Mark, you've explained very clearly how Gamma helps you do that. So for IT MSPs and managed print service providers who want to go down this route, what are the next steps for them?
Yeah, so simply reach out to Gamma, and what the team will do is they'll discuss the services and the products that are available in much greater detail. The new partner sales team will set out a dedicated sort of onboarding structure and program for their organization, covering product training, commercial training, but I think more importantly, ROI modeling. So the MSP IT print managed organization really understands what difference adding UCAS into their portfolio will do for them. So yeah, I think that's key is investigate the possibilities, reach out to us. We're here to support you. We're here to give you the right advice. And that doesn't matter whether you just want to deliver connectivity as a product, you want to deliver Microsoft as a product, just reach out to Gamma and we'll be able to advise on the right path and the support infrastructure that's needed to make it successful for them.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, James.